Right, welcome to our second ever episode of The Closeout. I'm James Lissaman, still the Community Basketball Manager.
Oh, I'm Laurie McDaniel, also still the Wildcats coach.
I'm Marty Davison, still the referee manager.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we'll kick off this week a little bit differently. Well, tip off is probably a better choice of words. Laurie will talk about what's coming up for her and what's just been happening.
I'm doing that right now?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, well, first and foremost, Wildcats went down to Timaru and played the Otago Gold Rush in a pre-season game. The Gold Rush were a little bit undermanned, and so Wildcats came away with a 40-point win. It was great to see Marita Davidova out on the court, and the Cats got to run through some of our sets, good team vibe. So in general, came away with some good stuff to work on for the upcoming WBC tournament that is occurring this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So if you're into basketball, you need to get some tickets from the CBA website, the Wildcats website, or you can find links on the Facebook page to get down and watch the National Women's Basketball Competition and see a lot of tall ferns and professional players working on their craft. Don't miss it.
Cool, thank you very much for that. Next one, quick rundown of the Miles Toyota Men's Premier League. So UC once again looking like the team to beat in the competition, held off North Canterbury 95-76. Josh Peterman named as player of the match by Sharon Irwood, I think, who was doing the stats. 19
cute,
points.
Josh, nice.
4 steals, and he was 4 of 9 from three-point land. And then the 2 Canterbury Rams players on the UC roster both had a double-double. Nate Campbell, 15 points, 10 rebounds and 5 assists. And Brent Fisher, 14 points and 11 rebounds. For North Canterbury, it was Nino Cesar Diaz once again leading the way for them, 17 points as he hit 5 3-pointers, and Loyal Patalicio had 14 points. Gators, nice tight game against Wolverines, 90-82, and I can read it this time. Matt Miszczewski, 7 of 12 from three-point land as he scored 33 points for Tim Bennett's team. And Mosa Faitawa had 18 points. For Wolverines, Sam Smith, his first action in the local club competition, had 27 points, and Stuart Erskine had 15. Lincoln University, they used a big come-from-behind win as they were down 15 early in the game to beat Pioneer 75-69, who apparently will be a bit different when you're here.
You're still not playing, Marty?
Still not there, but...
Do they still want you though?
Oh, I don't know if they do.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ben Hall, 29 points and 11 rebounds, and Josiah Williams, almost a triple-double, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. For Pioneer, it was Nick Irwood, 22 points, and 16 rebounds, and Jesse Campbell had 15. And last game of the game that finished last in the day, Checkers moved to 2-0 with a 67-55 win over Atami. Their Canterbury Ram, Toby Galuli, with 22 points, leading the way for them in a defensive battle. And Atami, Derek Anderson, Derek Albertson, 15 points, and Zach Dwan, 13 points in the loss for them. So we'll head over to you now, Marty, for your sort of Marty's Minute.
Sure. So today's clip relates to legal guarding position. So we're down at Cal Stadium on Sunday watching a few games, and as referees, we want to encourage the defence to play this type of defence. So every time, in this particular clip, the player is driving to the basket, the defence is maintaining their legal guarding position by sliding their feet sideways. Contact is made in the torso, and the offence has broken the plane of the defender, and the correct call was made by the referee for an offensive foul. So even though the player is still moving and sliding their feet, they're entitled to do this as long as they're sliding backwards or sideways, and that's the kind of defence as referees we want to try and encourage. Hands back as well, as you can see from the clip, and contact's made right down the chest, and the correct call was made. So this is the type of defence we want to try and encourage, and we're always looking to try and talk to the players to make sure they're working their best to try and maintain that position out there. Cool, so I'll jump back to you, James.
Yeah, I think we were actually the losing team in that one, so we have to think Romeo and Raylene did a really good job with the game, and we had no complaints apart from how we played, so good job for them.
Forty's a great ref because she talks all the time.
Yes,
she's telling you stuff. It's good.
Okay.
Yep.
It is. McDonald's Thompson and Whelan Trophy competitions tip off this week, and we have a short clip now is opening their brand new facility that we got to use on Saturday for club basketball as well at Orua Pairo. We have a quick message from Araru and Greg from Shirley Boys High just telling you how excited they are to get into the new facility.
Right, so here with Greg and Anadu from Shirley Boys High. So first time getting into the new facility here. A couple of classes, I think, on Friday for you guys for first game. How excited are you guys to be here at last?
Very excited. It's a big upgrade from our old school, so it's pretty cool. Lots of new facilities and stuff. So it's good.
Well, Tuesday night, first opening game for Thompson Trophy as well. You guys have Ashburton who are coming up. They've already seen the facility. They had their under-17s play here, so they're looking forward to coming back here.
Yeah.
What do you guys expect from the game Tuesday night against them?
It'll be a good, intense game. Court will probably be packed out. It's a new facility, so it'll be a good game.
Sweet as. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Alright, so yeah, make sure you get down if you haven't seen the new gym there and see how fantastic it is. We'll be using it pretty much every single Saturday through the competition. But now, Laurie will talk about the Miles Toyota Women's Premier League.
Yes, I will, James. So on Saturday, first game up was Horswall versus UC, and it started with a massive scoring buzz. I think, what did you say the early score tied was? Like 4-2
I think
or
it was
4-4 or
something
something.
like that.
But luckily we moved on from that, and Lake and Waido came away with 12 points for Horswall. But for them, all 10 players scored, and UC Bethany O'Connor came away with 12. But Horswall won that game 61-39, so go the Green Machine. Next game, Mean Minties Mean took on Wolves, and Minties who came away with a 60-53 victory there, I'm sure much to Tessa Morrison's dismay. But Sammy Duggan, former Wildcat, came away with 17 points, get bucket Sam. Charlie French had 14 and Nikki Rowe 11, and was tied up in the fourth quarter, so a close game there. And Tessa Morrison got some buckets with 20 points, Kendall Hasty had 15, and Roe Cartonet had 12. So a nice close game there, which is what we like to see in the Women's Prem competition. And then last game, NC took on LU in a rematch of, I think, the last 2 years' finals,
Yes,
pretty much. NC came away with the big victory there, 77-55. So NC saw the return of Ezra McGoldrick from coming back from NC State, and she got buckets with 25. Wildcats Tarai Sadler and Helen Matthews also scored double digits, and NC Div 2 player Tanisha Nutira came away with 11 for LU. Connie Paletti had 18 and Asia Beppe had 15, both Wildcats, and Sophie Schrader, a former LU
Yeah, she'll be
scholarship
graduating.
recipient. Yep, is that 13, James?
11 points.
11 points.
Three pointers. 3 of 6. I think.
3 of 6 from 3, so 50%. So I know it was a pretty close game, and Ezra obviously has worked really hard over in college and showing the skills that she's developed there, and got some buckets, so good job, Ez. And that is the wrap up of that one, James.
Yeah, so just with Ezra, she will apparently be suiting up, according to the coach anyway, for the North Canterbury Tier 2 team. So same place, well, you get your Wildcats tickets and you can go along and see her play as well, but we obviously care the most that the stadium is packed for those live stream games.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just quickly over to Marty now to talk about another National League game, which is on Thursday, so a good appetiser for the WBC.
Absolutely.
I like it. So the Rams are curtain raising for the WBC.
It's
Fantastic.
I like it. So yeah, last week the Rams played the Hawks at home on a Thursday night and had a fairly good crowd in, but they want to try and get a few more people down. So the Rams played the Giants 7:35 down at Cowes. 2-for-1 tickets. So
Nice.
bring a mate along. 2-for-1. Share the bill. Get in and enjoy the game. It should be a cracker against the Giants, who actually had a win last week against the Rangers as well. So both teams playing really good basketball. So it should be a good one down at Cowes on Thursday.
Yeah, so same code as last week. Mates Day, all in capital letters, will give you the 2-for-1 option there. So some of you probably will have seen Glory League now has a brand new Plays of the Week sort of competition. So the sort of nuts and bolts of this, in your game you need to find the sort of best plays that occurred from your team, or I guess maybe the other team as well, and then vote for those, and then they'll go to a sort of whole competition, vote for the best ones of the competition, and then the entire Canterbury basketball community will vote for the best plays out of the whole thing. So if something amazing happened in your game at one of our Glory League facilities, please do vote for that so that we can see those ones. And also We Are Canterbury will be looking through some of these as well, so hopefully we'll get some highlight clips from 2 different sorts of places. But not on Glory League. This was captured at the brand new Shirley Boys in Avonside gym. Holdridge Basalio, overtime game here from the Christchurch Boys High Gold. 4 seconds on the clock, came up and hit this pretty amazing step back 3 to win the game, and then a few comments about it.
Yeah, the celebration.
Yeah, the
My
celebration.
goodness.
I saw a bit of Michael Jordan over Craig Elo. And pretty old Chicago Bulls versus Cleveland Cavs days, and then a little bit more recent Dwayne Wade up on the score bench and a bit of chest bumping as well. So very, very excited about that win there for his team.
Amazing.
Awesome. I think if you haven't noticed, you want to try some Skinny Fizz if you get the chance.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring the Wildcats, the WBC this week. So there'll be plenty of Skinny Fizz available for you. Get it in you. It's good stuff.
Cheers.
Yeah. Good job, good effort.
Good job, good effort.
Good job. Good effort.